Ever dreamed of exploring a land where every island tells a different story? Where ancient temples rise beside lush jungles and colorful boats drift between volcanoes and coral reefs? Welcome to Indonesia, the world's largest island nation, and one of the most fascinating places on Earth. Stretching across more than 17,000 islands, Indonesia is bursting with diversity. From the rice terraces of Bali to the dense rainforests of Borneo, every corner feels like a new adventure. You'll find spicy street food sizzling in Jakarta, traditional dances in Yogyakarta, and quiet prayers floating through ancient temples. Indonesia is more than a destination. It's a journey through vibrant cultures, deep spiritual traditions, and some of the most breathtaking landscapes you'll ever see. Ready to explore? Hit that like button, drop us a comment about where you'd love to go, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing travel stories. Did you know Indonesia is made up of over 17,000 islands? Surveys vary from about 13,000 to 18,000, but all agree it's the most of any country in the world. Some are busy with cities and markets, while others are quiet, untouched slices of paradise. Indonesia is also home to the largest Muslim population on the planet, but it's officially a secular country that recognizes 6 major religions, including Islam, Hinduism, especially in Bali, Christianity, Buddhism, Confucianism, and traditional beliefs. And here's a wild one. Real-life dragons live here. The famous Komodo dragons, the world's largest lizards, roam freely on remote islands. They have a venomous bite and can even reproduce without mating, a rare trait called parthenogenesis. It's a country full of surprises, and we're just getting started. Indonesia is a massive volcanic archipelago located in Southeast Asia, and it's like a giant bridge between 2 continents, Asia and Australia. That means its landscapes, animals, and even weather can feel very different depending on where you go. The country stretches across the equator and is made up of 5 main islands and thousands of smaller ones. Some of the most important are Java, where the capital city Jakarta sits, Sumatra, known for its jungles and wildlife, Borneo, shared with Malaysia and Brunei, Sulawesi, with its twisty shape and remote cultures, and Papua, filled with mountains and tribal traditions. With over 100 active volcanoes, Indonesia's land is always shifting, creating dramatic scenery and fertile ground. Indonesia is a true wonderland for nature lovers. Its tropical rainforests are among the oldest and most diverse in the world. They're home to rare and endangered species like orangutans swinging through the treetops and Sumatran tigers prowling quietly below. In the ocean, vibrant coral reefs stretch for miles, especially in places like Raja Ampat, one of the richest marine habitats on Earth. Sea turtles, manta rays, and even whale sharks glide through these warm waters. On land, you might spot the legendary Komodo dragon, the largest lizard on the planet, or hear the call of brightly colored birds found nowhere else. Indonesia protects much of its environment through national parks and UNESCO biosphere reserves, like the lush jungles of Kalimantan or the volcanic slopes of Mount Lucer. It's a place where nature still rules, and every adventure feels like stepping into a living, breathing planet Earth episode. Indonesia is rich in history and sacred sites. In central Java, the towering stone temples of Borobudur and Prambanan rise from the jungle, each telling stories from ancient Buddhist and Hindu traditions. Over on the island of Bali, Uluwatu Temple sits dramatically on a cliff above the sea, perfect at sunset. These landmarks aren't just beautiful. They're alive with rituals, carvings, and legends passed down for centuries. Indonesia's landscapes are as magical as its temples. At Mount Bromo, you can watch the sunrise over a smoky volcano, a moment that feels like another planet. In the Far East, the islands of Raja Ampat offer world-famous diving with crystal-clear waters and rainbow-colored fish. And in North Sumatra, Lake Toba sits inside an ancient volcanic crater, so big it feels like an ocean. These places show just how wild and wide Indonesia can be. Food in Indonesia is full of flavor and fun to explore. Try nasi goreng, the nation's famous fried rice, or rendang, a slow-cooked beef dish bursting with spices. Tropical fruits like mangosteens and rambutans are juicy and sweet. The best part? You don't need fancy restaurants. just head to a warung, a cozy roadside stall where locals gather to eat. Every bite tells a story of spice, culture, and tradition. Indonesia loves to celebrate. In Bali, Nyepi, the Day of Silence, turns the island quiet as everyone reflects and rests. Just before that, lively parades fill the streets. During Waisak, Buddhist temples like Borobudur glow with candles as people gather for prayer and peace. And the Bali Arts Festival is a burst of color, music, and dance that lasts for weeks. These festivals show the heart and soul of Indonesia's many cultures. Indonesia is one of the most culturally rich countries on Earth, with over 300 ethnic groups and more than 700 languages spoken. Each island and often each village has its own customs, clothing, and celebrations. Yet somehow they all come together under one nation. Music and dance are everywhere, from the graceful movements of Balinese dancers to the rhythmic drumming of Javanese gamelan orchestras. And then there's batik, a traditional art form where wax and dye turn cloth into storytelling masterpieces. One beautiful tradition takes place in Toraja, Sulawesi. Here, funerals are grand, sacred ceremonies, where families spend months preparing to honor their ancestors. It's a time of respect, not sadness, and brings the whole community together. In Indonesia, culture isn't something in a museum. It's part of everyday life. Whether in a city or village, you'll feel it in every smile, step, and song. Life in Indonesia moves with a gentle rhythm, shaped by family and community. Most households include several generations living together, and family ties are strong and deeply respected. People often gather in the evenings to share meals, stories, or music. Neighbors know each other well, and helping one another is part of daily life, whether it's sharing food or joining in local ceremonies. From early morning markets to sunset prayers, there's a warm sense of belonging in everyday routines. Whether you're in a village or city, Indonesia's people make you feel like you're part of the family. Indonesia's economy is a mix of old and new. Agriculture remains important, with rice paddies stretching across the countryside. But tourism also brings in millions of visitors each year. In cities like Jakarta and Bandung, digital startups are booming, with young creators building apps, fashion brands, and tech solutions. For travelers, Indonesia is known for being budget-friendly. You can eat delicious meals, stay in guest houses, and explore incredible sights without spending a lot. Whether you're shopping at a market or booking a tour, your money goes a long way, making every adventure more affordable. Indonesia's history stretches back thousands of years, from powerful kingdoms to modern independence. Ancient empires like Srivijaya and Majapahit once ruled vast areas, spreading trade, religion, and culture across Southeast Asia. In the 1600s, the Dutch colonized the islands, ruling for over 300 years and shaping much of the country's infrastructure and cities. After a long struggle, Indonesia finally gained independence in 1945, led by national heroes like Sukarno. Since then, Indonesia has rapidly modernized, especially in major cities like Jakarta and Bandung, where tech startups, digital creators, and new infrastructure are reshaping the country's future. Today, the country honors its past with pride, preserving temples, royal palaces, and museums, reminders of a history that's both rich and resilient. Indonesia is a democratic republic, where citizens vote for their president and local leaders. Despite its incredible diversity, with hundreds of ethnic groups and languages, the country lives by the national motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which means unity in diversity. While cities grow and technology spreads, rural areas still face challenges like access to education and healthcare. But community spirit remains strong, and many young Indonesians are leading social change through art, business, and activism. For travelers, understanding this balance helps you connect more deeply, beyond the sights, into the heart of modern Indonesian life. Planning a trip to Indonesia? The best time to visit is during the dry season, from May to September, when skies are sunny and seas are calm. Perfect for beach days and volcano hikes. The currency is the Indonesian rupiah, IDR, and prices are usually lower than in Western countries. Local transport varies, In cities, you can use ride-hailing apps like Gojek or Grab, while in smaller towns, Bemis, minibuses, or ojeks, motorbike taxis, are common. Most Indonesians speak Bahasa Indonesia, but English is understood in tourist areas. It helps to learn a few simple words like terima kasih, thank you, and selamat pagi, good morning. For travel help, apps like Google Translate, Maps, and Currency can be super handy. And don't forget, always carry small bills for markets and tips. A little prep goes a long way toward a smooth, exciting adventure in Indonesia. Indonesia is generally safe for travelers, but it's good to stay alert. The country sits on the ring of fire, so keep an eye on volcano alerts. Earthquakes and tsunamis can also occur, so always follow local safety guidelines. For hiking or sea travel, stay informed and avoid risky areas during stormy weather, and follow local advice when hiking or island hopping. Traffic in big cities like Jakarta can be chaotic. Always use crosswalks and be careful when riding scooters or bikes. Watch out for common scams in tourist spots, like overpriced taxi rides or fake guides. Stick with trusted apps and licensed services. For jungle treks or diving trips, bring insect repellent and follow safety instructions. Staying hydrated and packing a basic first aid kit also helps. Indonesia is making big strides in education and infrastructure. Schools are found in nearly every village and city, though access and quality can vary between regions. Many young Indonesians now attend both public and private schools, and some even study abroad. Internet access is growing fast, especially in cities, making it easier to stay connected, even on the go. Major islands have good road networks and plenty of airports. Domestic flights help travelers move quickly between islands, while ferries offer scenic, slower routes. With a little planning, exploring Indonesia's vast and beautiful landscape is more accessible than ever. From ancient temples and wild rainforests to spicy street food and colorful festivals, Indonesia is a place where beauty and culture live side by side. It's a land of stories, each island offering something unique, exciting, and unforgettable. So, what part of Indonesia would you love to explore? A misty volcano? A coral reef? A local village dance? Tell us in the comments below. We'd love to hear your dream destination. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing travel adventures around the world.